The night was December 29, 1972. Eastern Airlines Flight 401, a Lockheed L-1011 TriStar, was soaring through the sky. Destination, Miami. On board were 101 souls, unaware of the tragedy about to unfold. The seemingly routine flight took a terrifying turn over the Florida Everglades. A malfunctioning landing gear indicator light stole the crew's attention. They missed a crucial detail. The autopilot had silently disengaged. The plane, now without its guiding hand, began to descend, slowly at first, almost imperceptibly. The crew, their focus consumed by the indicator light, remained oblivious. The Everglades, dark and unforgiving, awaited below. The impact was devastating. 101 lives were lost in an instant. The crash of Flight 401 sent shockwaves through the nation. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unforgiving nature of human error. The investigation revealed the heartbreaking truth: a preventable tragedy. The pilots, distracted by a minor malfunction, failed to notice their descent. The Everglades swallowed the wreckage, leaving behind a haunting silence. But the story of Flight 401 did not end there. From the wreckage, a new and unsettling chapter began to emerge. Whispers of strange occurrences, of ghostly sightings began to circulate. In the aftermath of the crash, Eastern Airlines salvaged usable parts from Flight 401. This practical decision, however, would soon take on a chilling new meaning. As these parts found their way onto other aircraft, so did whispers of the unexpected. Crew members began reporting bizarre incidents, unexplained voices, apparitions in the galley, a feeling of unease. It was as if the tragedy of Flight 401 had somehow transcended the physical realm. The stories centered around two figures: Flight Engineer Don Repo and Captain Bob Loft, both lost in the crash. Their presence, it seemed, lingered on in the salvaged parts. Mechanics claimed to have their repairs inexplicably inspected by a phantom engineer, later identified as Repo. Flight attendants swore they saw Loft in the cockpit, his spectral form warning of potential dangers. Fear and fascination gripped the airline. The stories spread, passed from crew member to crew member, each telling adding a new layer of intrigue. Was it grief manifesting itself in strange ways? Or was there something more, something truly unexplainable, at play? Among the many eerie tales, the apparitions of Don Repo and Bob Loft emerged as the most prominent. Repo, known for his meticulous nature in life, seemed to continue his watchful duty from beyond. There were accounts of his ghostly form appearing beside mechanics, offering advice and ensuring repairs were done to perfection. One chilling account involved a mechanic struggling to fix a complex hydraulic system. Suddenly, a voice whispered in his ear, guiding him through the process. The mechanic, upon turning around, saw no one. Later he recognized the voice as belonging to Don Repo, the flight engineer who perished on Flight 401. Captain Bob Loft's appearances were less frequent but no less unsettling. He was often seen in the cockpit, his spectral form a silent observer. One chilling tale involved a flight attendant who noticed a strange man in the cockpit resembling Captain Loft. The man, she said, vanished into thin air when she tried to get a closer look. Section 4: Skepticism takes flight, coincidence or cover-up. Despite the widespread belief in the ghost stories, skepticism remained. Critics argued that the tales were nothing more than elaborate hoaxes, fueled by grief and the human tendency to find patterns in randomness. They pointed to the lack of concrete evidence, the reliance on anecdotal accounts, and the possibility of mass hysteria. The Skeptoid podcast, for example, offered a rational explanation for the sightings. They argued that the stories were a product of coincidence, confirmation bias, and the power of suggestion. They also highlighted claims that Eastern Airlines attempted to suppress the ghost sightings, going so far as to replace logbooks that mentioned them. Was this a desperate attempt to maintain their reputation? Or was it an indication that the airline itself was beginning to believe the impossible? Section 5: The Legacy, Memory, and Mystery. The ghost stories of Flight 401 continue to fascinate and frighten, even decades after the tragic event. They have become ingrained in aviation lore, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. Books, movies, and documentaries have explored the legend, further cementing its place in popular culture. Whether these stories are true or simply a product of our collective imagination is a question that may never be definitively answered. What remains undeniable is their impact. They serve as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life, the power of grief, and the enduring allure of the unknown. The legend of Flight 401 is not just about ghosts. It's about memory. It's about the enduring power of stories to keep the past alive, to remind us of those lost, and to challenge our understanding of the world around us. The mystery may never be solved, but the memory of those lost on Flight 401 lives on, interwoven with the ghostly tales that continue to captivate and intrigue.